Hi, my name is Eric SIMSOLO. I'm the Director of Business Development over at Next Level Apparel. Today we're going to go through our fleece collection. Next Level has a variety of options in our fleece collection, from fabrics, cuts, all the above. So let's go through it. So the 80-20 line, it's simply put because it's an 80-20 blend, but the great thing about this fabric, it's actually 100% cotton face. So much like our 3600, our flagship cotton tee, it's going to be very easy to print on, super soft, solid colorways, same color standards, and then we have a variety of different cuts. You have the 9303, which is your classic hoodie, the one I'm wearing today. So as you can see here, pretty much a classic hoodie cut, but still tapers off to the body really nice. It doesn't have that mushroom effect that you get from the bottom elastic, like, classic hoodies that you might find in your closet do. The great thing about this fabric is you can pretty much do any type of process on it, whether it's embroidery, puff print like I have here today, DTG or discharge because it is 100% cotton face, and more. So that's the great thing about this hoodie. And we also have in the same fabric and the same colors, the 9001. So that's your classic crew neck sweater, but we did something a little bit different. We added a pocket. Where you're thinking coziness, laying by the couch, the whole, COVID quarantine type of thing. And it gives it a different look and appeal, a classic sweater in a black or gray. We recognize people buy our stuff to brand it as their own, but with brushed fleece, that's really tough to accomplish. So what we've done, we've added on the inside a lined locker patch. So you have the room to, tear our label, print your own designer label on the inside, and brand it as your own product. For the 9602, it's basically a zip-up version of what I'm wearing today. You have the dye-to-match lined hoodie. You have the locker patch where you can put your own branding. You have the natural pull cords, but where it's a little bit different is we have the same black exposed brass YKK zipper on all of them. The reason we do that is from a merchandising standpoint, it's a lot easier to make if you have multiple colors in your collection, make them look like they were designed and thought out together. It's a merchandising thing, it's a design aspect. Also with the YKK zipper, Next Level wants to use those because it's a lot easier when you're dealing with corporations or retail brands that have to deal with their certifications and things of that nature. YKK is a trusted brand. And then on the 9103, which is the kids 80-20, we did a kissing zipper just because you don't want to do anything that's too rough or a choking hazard, things of that nature. So we did a kissing plastic zipper that's dyed to match. That way you can print over the zipper with one big design. And then also what we did is we did no pull cord. Kids garments, you tend to do a little bit of things differently, but just because it's, for safety purposes. Next up, we have the PCH fabric and all the styles that come in it. So when I talk about the PCH in our fleece collection, I have the same relation that we have between our 3600 and our CVC 6210. One's solid, one's heather. They're about the same price, they're the same weight, they're the same soft, lofty feel. So the first style, which is probably the most obvious, is the 9302. That's our PCH heathered classic hoodie. If I wanted to wear a hoodie just like mine, I want to take this military green, but I also want to get some heather to round out my merchandise. I could shop from the two styles and treat them as the same. They're the same pattern, the same weight. Everything else is pretty much the same about the two styles. So the 9302 is a great piece. We're launching it this year for 2021. Great colorways, some new colorways as well, including the oatmeal, which I mentioned earlier. It's kind of like white with gray specks, really good texture to it. And then the heather slate, which is a softer blue that's easier to merchandise than something would be like a true bright royal, but it's in that mid blue range. And then the other thing is you're not losing out on the lined hoodie, you're not losing out on the locker patch. All of those details that you would expect from a Next Level fleece garment are still there. The 9300, that was the first kind of hoodie that we launched in a traditional fleece fabric. Anything but traditional. It's open bottom, hidden welt pockets. You don't really see much like it. Nowadays you do see different renditions, kind of like that hidden pocket or no pocket hoodie is becoming more prominent, but I'm really happy that we were able to launch our own a couple years back. The next piece is going to be the 9002. So that's another style that we're launching in 2021. That's your classic crew neck sweater, but in the PCH fabric. So kind of like the 9001 and the 80-20, but without the pocket. The 9002 is a great piece for you. The 9603 is the only lady-specific fleece style we have right now. A pattern, a cut, a fit that was specific to ladies. It has a little more detail on the shoulder. It's a raglan sleeve. The way the pockets are set, it doesn't look oversized for the garment itself, and it tapers in a little bit at the waist as well. We take the same design language in our other adult hoodies. So we give it a natural draw cord, we give it the black YKK zipper, and then that also relates to the next garment. So the 9700 is our unisex bomber jacket in the PCH fleece. I really like this one. Obviously, bomber jackets have had their day in the spotlight over the last couple of years, and there's been many different renditions of it. What we did is we offered it in 3 different colorways, but the ribbing and the zipper are always going to be a contrast black. So you get the black zipper that's going to match all our other hoodies, but you also get almost this tactical, utilitarian vibe to it with the black rib on the neck and sleeve. When people hear French terry or terry cloth, they generally start thinking about almost like a towel or a bathrobe. And they're not completely wrong. So you have that loop back effect, but we have that only on the inside. So you use that, it's a really soft, very comfortable fabric, but on the face of our French terry, it's flat. So it's very printable, pretty lightweight, 5.5 ounces. We have t-shirts heavier than that. I love this fabric because it's pretty much for all seasons. It's a great packable piece. You can put in your, your backpack or carry on. It's great for like planes, traveling. It's a jacket that you can use it year round. It's good for layering with jackets on top of it even. So in this style, we have 3 different fabrics. First, you have the 9000. That's your classic crew neck sweater, but we give it some extra details. First off, you don't get that mushroom effect from the elastic at the bottom. The next piece is we gave it a raglan sleeve, nice little detail, and then also this cross stitch right beneath the neck. Little elevated details that make it look a little bit more thought out, a little bit more comfortable. These pieces are very, they're very dynamic in the way you can wear them. The next one is, really I'm going to talk about them together, is the 9301 and the 9601. So the great thing about these pieces are you have a large variety of colorways. I sell this to customers telling them, what's the main color in your design? Get you, the black one with the yellow contrast. Put your yellow design on the hoodie, and it looks like our garment was made for your design rather than the other way around. So when it comes to the two-tone effect, I like to match the garment to the design itself. It's a little bit more thought out when it comes to merchandising. You get a great print effect anyways. It's a very clean slate product, and it's a year-round product because it's not heavyweight by any means. So in the 9301 alone, the hoodie, you've got 16 different colorways to choose from. There's lots of different contrasts, whether it be red, antique gold, you've got even desert pink and military green, some of your more pop retail colors, and of course all the classics, the royal, the navy, black, heather gray, heavy metal. So you have a pretty wide variety of 16 different colorways to play around with what's going to work for your program, for your merch. So then in the zip hoodie, the 9601, you have 8 colorways. A lot of them match what's available in the hoodie, so you can kind of sell them next to each other, merchandise it out, but you have also matching ones as well. The denim fleece is very unique. It's hard to really explain it to people. I like to get it in people's hands first, let them see it. Online, you see what looks like another heather fleece colorway, which isn't completely wrong, but the texture in the fabric itself, because of the way it's knit, it gives it a little bit more pops, almost like a selvage denim, which is why we called it a denim fleece. So the way this fabric is knit, it's actually a jacquard fleece. It's going to be 7.4 ounces, just like the 80/20 or the PCH, but it's going to feel a lot lighter. It has a little bit more loft to it. The way it drapes, the hanger appeal of it, it's completely different. It's definitely something that you should get in your hands, you should get it on your back, try it out. So in the denim fleece, we have 2 styles. You have your zip hood, and then you have the unisex jogger. In both the hoodie and the jogger, you have the heather fabric, but then the contrast is going to be a solid rib. The reason we do that is it makes it look a little bit more thought out from a merchandising standpoint. It gives it a little bit of contrast. And then we figured most people on the design standpoint, when they print or embroider on the fleece, you're most likely going to go with a solid print to kind of cover up some of the heathering, make your writing or your logo or your design stand out a little bit. So if you play off those colors, you can match the solid contrast of the rib with the solid, print of your design. The denim fleece is very unique. So that's the next level fleece collection, where fashion truly meets comfort. We designed all these things with not just the end user in mind, but the printer in mind. We want to make sure that the people who wear the items like the way it looks, like the way it feels, but also the people who are using the items like the way it works. So if we can get all those 3 put together, we've got not only the fleece for yesterday or today, we've got the fleece for tomorrow, the fleece for what's next.